Welcome back to ESCMID TV. I'm your host, Michael Jackson, and with us in our studio now, Eilish McCann, who's actually presented 2 papers here at Congress representing MSD across Europe, although your home base is the States.
Yes, it is.
Recently you moved
Very
across
recent
there.
move for me, yes.
Excellent. So lovely to have you in Europe. The essence, if you will, Eilish, of both of your presentations. Can you take us through the main content elements?
Sure. Yeah, so one of the key areas that we're really interested in is this area of concern for many of us, which is growing resistance to antibiotics. So the data that I've presented here is we've used real-world data sources to help us understand precisely what this burden of resistance looks like.
Yep.
Really to help people design effective treatment strategies, antimicrobial stewardship programs, so that we can improve outcomes for patients who are rapidly losing treatment options.
Do we need new drugs for bad bugs? Is that what we're talking about?
I believe we do. It's something that the company I work for is committed to. We have an investigational program. And so what we really want to do is understand how these new treatments can be used in a way that improves outcomes for patients and also preserves them. So, you know, we hopefully don't encounter antimicrobial resistance at the rate we are currently, for very much longer.
So key walkaway message for the audience.
Sure.
From both of your presentations, really,
Okay.
what would you be advising people to take note of?
So one of the things we focused on was sometimes we hear people say, we don't have an issue with resistance in this hospital. And what we used our real-world data to do is actually to look in more depth at the intensive care units in those hospitals, so a very specific treatment setting. And we found that resistance levels were almost twice as high in the intensive care unit than in other parts of the hospitals.
Wow.
So when a problem like that starts to reveal itself, it hopefully helps and supports people to understand, which patients have the greatest unmet need and where they should be focusing their attention, really. And what we did is this very large data set we used from the United States. The second piece of research I've presented here is we did a review of similar data sources across Europe, because we're very keen to obviously understand it to the same level of detail in Europe as in the United States.
Yes.
And what we found in that research is that there's great data out there, and my company are very keen to build partnerships with those data owners to understand this issue. But sometimes we don't have a good enough understanding of the economic consequences of this antimicrobial resistance. And that's something we think is just as important to focus on to help people understand why it's really imperative to take action on this issue.
Brilliant. So an ESCMID Congress for you, not only from a business point of view, but from a personal point of view. Obviously quite a good Congress to attend.
Yes.
126 countries now, I hear, represented here as well. Not your first ESCMID?
No, not my first ESCMID. I was here last year as well.
And certainly not going to be your last.
Definitely not.
When you think of ESCMID and a Congress like this one here in Vienna this year, what does it make you think of?
It makes me think, we have so many people coming together to have conversations about these really key issues, and it's a fantastic place for cross-pollination of ideas. We build those connections with people, we find the data that's going to help us understand the problem, and I think people walk away from conferences like this really energized to do something about the issue that we're facing right across the different therapeutic areas being discussed here.
Excellent, thank you. And once again, thank you for both of your presentations, as well as being a guest here on ESCMID TV.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eilish.
Yeah.